I'm wearing an Illinois shirt, but I haven't lived in Illinois for a while. Um, I have a couple of books. These books right here are books written by someone sort of about my grandfather. Actually, they're the same book, but this one has a couple of handwritten notes, but it's also falling apart. So, and the notes are dated like 1967 and things like that. This one's not falling apart as much. Um, Said it was kind of, I guess, published in Los Angeles by Gospel Recordings Incorporated in 1964 and printed in Great Britain. But it's called A Man's Hand. And they talk about here John Van Campen here. He was a missionary and was basically in Venezuela learning or copying or recording languages there with some natives in order to spread the gospel to them, which is funny because that's my grandfather on my mom's side of the family. Now let me mention my grandfather on my dad's side of the family, who actually is still alive. He wrote these books. He co-authored them. And they're basically electronic circuits, like information books, obviously. Okay, so basic DC circuits, and then construction techniques and projects. This is my grandfather on my dad's side of the family. So, and it just has some, basics of electronics, I guess. He used to teach people with radio, and he actually studied that and used it to reach people in other countries with the Bible, with Jesus, basically. Like he taught people radio and studied that and did that. So those are my two grandfathers. I have books, so basically I have two books for from each grandfather, from each side of my family, and I don't really have too much more information about them. I know there was a story that my mom told me when my grandfather in Venezuela one time they were in a car, and the car was breaking down and they needed a specific part, and they were praying for this part, and then some guy came down the road and was actually waving the part in the air, like he had the part that they needed. So I thought that was pretty cool. And my grandpa, I guess I could say something that I know that my grandfather told me on my dad's side, my dad's dad. He tried to convince a radio company in Chicago not to sell because it was worth a lot. Like it was worth like I think tens of millions or something. Like it was just not worth it for this organization, this like Christian organization, to like sell the radio company at some price. But I think they did it anyway, and it was worth a lot more than that. So that's something that he told me. And I think it's funny because my dad and then his dad, we've all kind of experienced something in our life where we try to like tell people like, hey, this is how you should do something. And then those people don't listen, and it's frustrating. But now I don't feel so alone, like it's just me. They've experienced it too, I guess. So I'm not as crazy. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.